Alright, hello. Today I'm going to show you how to make an electricity effect like this. So this, got the lightning going, got some burn effects. So we'll start here. I'll just show it with this blank project. Okay, so the first thing we'll do is create a material for the lightning. And I got this part from an official Unreal Engine tutorial, beam particles, so if you want more information on that, I would recommend looking that up. Okay, so we need a particle color here, which will get an input from whatever particle this is attached to see what color it is, pretty much. Okay, a texture coordinate. Okay, so I'm gonna put a mask just on G, then add a multiply, just doing a bunch of math pretty much to end up making something that fades out on the top and bottom so that it looks like a glowing beam. Make a sine wave, and then to the power of 3. Multiply that. And again by this. And then this needs to be unlit so it can glow, and translucent. Huh. Oh. Okay. So now we have a material that fades at the top and bottom, which is what we're looking for. So now we'll create our particle. Okay, so for this, it's going to be a beam, so we need to add beam data. And also, let's see, in this required part, let's add our material that we made. Okay, so for beam data, we need, you can adjust this to make it look how you want to, but that's what I'm going to do for now. The interpolation points means how many points from beginning to end it calculates the position of the beam over, so we'll have a lightning that's sort of waving up and down and stuff, so depending on how many points you have, that's how many points it'll like spike at. Okay, and distance. Okay, that's right. Okay, I'm gonna spawn mine at a rate of 5. Set initial size. Okay, set these all 6. Okay, and then we need to add some more things to this. So we want a source and a target. Let me see if I can find those again. Oh, there we go. Source. Oops. So it's under beam, source, and target. And We also want noise, which will make it jump around like lightning. Okay. So we want our source to be user set. And also our source tangent. And I was just changing the source location so that we can see it in our preview here when we haven't set anything yet. Okay, and also change this one to user set. And then for our noise, we want low frequency to be enabled. We want a frequency of 10. Oh, once again, this is stuff you can change if you want a different look. Okay. And then we'll set our color. Oh wait, that's not what I want to do. Okay, I'm going to add an initial color instead of doing color over life. Make it a nice blue color. Okay, so when I pull into the level here, I can see it going crazy. So now I'm going to attach that to the blueprint. Alright, so I'm just going to do this inside the first person character. And I'll just attach it to the right click for now. Okay, so first, I just want to make a variable that keeps track of whether the character is currently trying to shoot lightning or not. Then, when they first start shooting lightning, I want to spawn the particles. So we'll get our lightning particles. And we will spawn it. Let's see, I'm going to make a point. Oops. Oh, in fact, it looks like there is a point right there. A point right at the end of the gun. Yep. Okay, so we'll use that as our starting point. Sorry about that, my mic freaked out. So we're just going to use this sphere to keep track of the beginning point. Like that's where the end of the gun is where we're shooting lightning from. So I'll take this, get location, okay, so all this other stuff we're going to do on tick. There might be a better way to do this with a timer or something, but for now I'm just going to do it on tick because that's easy. We'll take our lightning. So just on tick, we're going to check if they're currently shooting lightning, and if they are, then we'll do all this other stuff. So we want to take the first person camera, and we're doing stuff from this perspective so that everything will go according to the center of the screen. That way you can tell what you'll be aiming at. Then we want to get the forward vector. Then we're going to multiply this by just a large number. You pretty much just multiply by as far forward as you want the player to be able to shoot. Oh, come on. Okay. Add those two together. Then we're going to do a line trace. Line trace by channel. Start at the location of the camera and at the location plus forwards a long ways. And we want to break our hit. Okay, so we'll go back up to this emitter that we made here, this particle emitter, and this is where we will set the beam source point. Okay, we set the source point to this same spot, the sphere's world location, so it will always be starting wherever you're moving the tip of your gun to. And then we want to set the target point. We want to set the target point to be wherever our trace finished off. Also, you could set it to be the impact point if you only want the beam to end somewhere where you've actually hit it. Like if your range was only, say, 300 or something instead of a ridiculously huge value like this, then that way if it doesn't hit anything at the end, the source point won't actually get set to anything. So yeah, but I'm just doing trace end for now. So it'll just shoot into the air if it hits nothing. Alright. Oh yeah, also we want to destroy this when we stop shooting. And also if you were using the extra effects, you would destroy those too. Okay, I'm gonna test this and see if it works. Oh, that looks all wrong, so let me figure out what's going on there. Okay, so we want to set the speed to 0, so that it'll just immediately shoot anywhere that it needs to. Alright, also for this initial color, we're going to make the blue value higher than 1. That way it will glow. Okay, we want our noise to be a distribution vector uniform. Values of 30 here. -30 for minimum, like that. Okay, so after those changes to the particles, we're getting this. So we're getting a lightning effect, but it's still not moving around like it should. So I need to figure out what's going on with that. Oh, and I figured out I accidentally connected this as the point to tell it to move, so it was just happening at the start, so I actually want it happening after this line trace right here. And there we go. Now we've got lightning tracing from the tip of our gun to the center of our view, which is exactly what we're looking for. Okay. So that is how you get a lightning effect. So I'll show maybe a little bit of those sparks and stuff. So that would be, we would want to spawn 2 more emitters. And we'll just use Unreal Engine's default sparks here. Then, okay, so we'll just spawn them wherever at the start. Doesn't matter because we're going to move them around. Oops. Alright, so I'm going to set the world location. And this one too. Make sure it doesn't try to do that to you again. Okay. And see, we'll use our trace end for one of these. One of these will go to the end, and one of them will go to where we start. Right there at the end of the gun. So if you wanted to do this on someone's hand or whatever, like I just used a bone in the hand and traced from that point, or a socket on your skeleton. Okay, there. So now we have some sparks at the end. Oh yeah, I do remember I made a somewhat smaller version of these sparks for the beginning and then a larger one for the end, because you can't really see the end one. But yeah, then we've got some sparks going on there. Oh, and I forgot to destroy them, so need to do that. So we can just add them to the destroy component node that we already have. And they should disappear when we're done shooting. Yay. Okay. Alright. Also, I had a decal effect going, so stuff would get burned wherever you go. So I'm just going to take these. I'll just take 2 of them for now, make it shorter. But I just made a bunch of burn textures. And then you can create materials out of them. Let's see what we need. Transparent. And they need to be decals. Alright, so now we've got our decals. Oh, I'm not sure what's going on with that one. Okay, so now I've got our decal materials. So now I just want to make a blueprint for our decals. Oh, actually, never mind. Let's not do it that way. Start with a decal here and then make a blueprint out of it. Okay, so pretty much we're going to take this and I'm going to size it really weird. it's going to be 0.1 on the X. It's going to be super thin. And then it's just going to be square on the other two axes. Oh, there we go. If you're having trouble sizing things independently, just open this up and it will let you. Okay, so now we have a really thin decal. This is pretty much, I made it super thin just because I kept having trouble with stuff showing up on other objects. Like if I was shooting at one of these blocks, then it could like show up on the ground too, and then when you move the blocks, it would like cause trouble. So yeah, I just made them super thin. And then inside of the information inside the construction script, I used this and then got, oops, I don't know how I'm attaching that there. Okay, got a random integer in range of however many decals I had. I guess technically that would be 1 because I have 0 and 1 are each spot. And then I want to switch on that integer. And according to that, I would set the material to the decal that I wanted. So this would be like burn 2. And this would be burn 1. And this is pretty much, I just did this so that I could have a bunch of different burn pictures that it would randomly pick between. Oh, sorry about that. That was the wrong way to do that. Okay, 0 and 1. So that it will just have some variety and look kind of random instead of just being the same picture over and over. Okay. So in our character, we want to spawn one of these every tick pretty much. It took me a while to figure out how where I wanted to place the decal to get it to look proper, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to use spawn actor from class and then use our decal actor that we made. Okay, so I ended up with a transform that uses the impact normal, and then we're going to make transform. Wait, I'm sorry, that was wrong. It was the impact point. Then we want to take the impact point and add it to the impact normal. Then we want to use this result for a find look at rotation. Starting here and ending at the impact point. We'll use that for the rotation in our transform. And that's where our decal will be placed. So hopefully, now it's burning everything. So one more thing, when you want it to attach, like see it's on these blocks and stuff here, but right now these blocks it won't move with it. And so the other thing I did was I took this decal and I'd say attach actor to component. It says it's deprecated, but it works. Okay, and then we'll take our hit component. That's what we want to attach it to. So now we burn this. Oh, it's hard to see with the lighting sometimes. Oh, okay, sorry, that was my problem here. You need to change this to keep roll position so it stays where it is when we do this. Okay, so now we're burning stuff again. Looks good. Now, when let's burn the burn. Oh, there we go. Burnt. And yeah. there you go. So that's a burn effect. Alright, now one more effect that I had going on. I'll show you with this project over here actually, because it was a little bit weird. So to get the burning on the hand, I made a material for the body where I have the normal skin texture, and then I also have a skin texture that has a burn on the hand. You can sort of see it there. And then I make a lerp between the two with this here. This is param. I think if you just type param in, you can find it. Dynamic parameter. Nope. Oh, there we go. It's a scalar parameter, and you can name it whatever you want. The name is sort of how you'll find it. So I named this one burn. That's the alpha in the lerp here. Then that was my base color. So that's how I make it change between the normal texture and the burn texture. And then when I had that, I just made it happen at the start of when you start burning. When it's pressed down, then you can get, let me see, sorry, just a moment. Okay, yeah, I made a timeline. So this one was just, I think it was just an ordinary curve, 1 second or so, that as it updates, changes the value of burn. So yeah, set scalar parameter value on materials, so you find the material that you want, like in this case, the skin material, and then just remember that name that you used and use it here, and then you can change its value. So I made it so that on start, it would play this timeline that would go up to burned, and then when it was done, it would just do the opposite. So it would play that timeline backwards and go back to not burnt. So that the burn will slowly fade out, I guess, like it's healing. I was looking for that piece of code, but I don't see it. Oh, there we go. Reverse from end. Same thing here, the burn. So that's kind of how you get that burning effect on the hand. I think, oh, never mind. Yeah, so that's how you get some lightning shooting going on there. So I hope you have fun with this. Thanks for watching.